How you doing, people? Family? It's Mr. Peace in the house. Mr. Frazier. I'm back to my element again. I was at practice today, and now I'm back home and I'm just relaxing. Now, the key thing today is, how do we continue to have peace? And what I mean by that is, you have peace, and then all of a sudden, trials and tribulations start coming in, and you get sidetracked. What's the tools that we need to continue to have this peace? How does it work? How do we instill these type of values in our life so that we're always able to get back into that mode? How does that work? So I'm going to fill you in on that. I'm going to give you a little bit of tips, a little bit of secrets on how I do that. But first, I got to get my stogie on. And we know how that goes. Right? Mr. Peace in the house. Finding my peace. Getting to my element. Now, all my beautiful people out there that subscribe to me, I appreciate it. I want you all to continue to do that. And thank you for hitting that like button. Because we're on the move right now. We're trying to spread that peace all over the world. So that's what I'm all about right now. So, how do we continue to keep this peace? Well, you see me now, right? We keep it authentic. I got my feet up. I'm just laying back. Now, I want to see how I keep this peace mode. And I know the people are out there and all the brothers are saying, man, this brother's just sitting back. Every evening he's laying back. He's in his own element, and he's authentic about it, and he's just being real and being himself. Well, that's a part of it. You gotta stay to yourself, and you gotta be yourself. Oh, first of all, I gotta do a big shout out to my uncle, Uncle Cleary, who's 91 years old today. I gave him a call. He was talking so good, just like a young fella. And, those are the brothers that, taught us a lot. We looked up to. So to know that he's 91, you gotta always pay your respects and make sure you give him a call and show him the love, right? So, God has blessed him with a long life. And, he's been able to nurture a lot of people. Be able to teach a lot of people about finding peace as well, right? Now he's on his next chapter in his life, and he's going to go and see the Creator one day, and he's going to find peace right there. So he already has the recipe to peace, and that's what I'm trying to find myself. So that's why I'm doing all this stuff. I'm making sure I get my peace. My peace has got to be right. Now, we all have these trials and tribulations that come up. Adversities that we got to deal with. And, in time, it may mess up our little peace mode, right? Things might get to us. We might have to do this. We might have to do that. I have to take care of a little bit of business over here. this thing stressed me out or trying to stress me out. So I got to still find a way of being able to deal with my peace time. And what I always do is, it's almost making a calendar for myself. Okay, 6 o'clock, 6 a.m., hit the gym. After that, I gotta do some work. I'm gonna make some phone calls, right? Get a little bite to eat. Maybe go training. Maybe I got a game tonight. So there's a bunch of things that I have to do. But I have to put on my schedule, regardless of how stressful my day is, how overwhelming my day is. I gotta make sure that I key in that Stogie peace night. It's always gotta happen. I gotta make sure that I have that time to myself. Whether it's, as I said before, it could be 2 hours. Most likely it's gonna be about 2 hours. Maybe a little more. But I gotta find that time to myself so that I can relax. I remember times when my dad used to come home from work when I was a kid, and he would sit in this big lazy boy chair. As soon as he come in, he'd greet us or whatever, but we knew as soon as he sat in that lazy boy chair, and he put his record player on, and he put the headphones on, and put his feet up, that we were to leave him alone for at least an hour. Just let him down, have his peace time. And it was a tradition. We didn't bother him. When he came home from work, we just let him be. And then after that, we could bother him. But he knew that he needed that therapy peace time. And it was very important for him. And we respected that. And I started to adapt to that myself. That I need this thing. I need that time. My girls are old now, so at the end of the day, when I was younger, I was on the hustle mode and I was on the career path, trying to make everything happen. So it was a different type of atmosphere for me. Technically, I didn't even have time to do that piece, but now I do, and that's why I take advantage of it. So I just want everybody to know that you got to fill it in your calendar. It's got to be like you're working out. If you're working out for 3 or 4 days a week, you got to make sure that happens. If you got to take your vitamins every day, then you got to take your vitamins every day. If your doctor tells you need to take this pill, then you got to take your pill. Right? If your mind tells you that you need that peace, then you got to make that peace happen. And that's what it's all about. And you got to be authentic about it, and serious about it, and disciplined about it. Because it'll bring in a lot of peace. Because I'm telling you, it's bringing me all kinds of peace. And I like it. I like it. Today, I got a little shot of 21 Johnny Walker. That's a scotch. If all the scotch drinkers out there, they know it's a very expensive scotch. And I'm not bragging that I have an expensive scotch, but I have a palate for expensive scotches. So when I do, want to splurge a bit, I have mine with my Stogie. Beautiful mix, mind you. Gotta remember, a Stogie with a little sip of scotch is magic. And I'm not promoting alcohol. Not doing none of that. Not smoking. We're not promoting cigars. I'm just being authentic. This is what I like. Doesn't mean you have to like it, but it's what I like. It's what calms me down. And at the end of the day, we all got to find our little niches. And we all have these little habits that, some people might think are good, but some people might think they are good. So to me, this is better than me, doing other things. So I appreciate my stogie and my scotch because it makes me peaceful, and it makes peace for my mind and my soul. Okay, I want you to subscribe and hit the like button, but also I have to remember to say my piece. This is what I say to myself every day, a few times a day. My body is in perfect harmony. Every cell vibrates with radiant health, strength, and vitality. And it's funny, right? My memory's not as good as it used to be. So I got it on a piece of paper. I'm just being real. I got mine on a piece of paper. And if you have to have something like that on your piece of paper to remember, you do it. But I always put it in my stogie room because I know I'm always here a lot. So I can say it a few times. And I say that so that I can keep my body healthy and keep the peace flowing. Right? So I'm going to try to do that every little post that I do. And, I recommend that you try that stuff. So the key thing today was the secret of trying to find peace during a turmoil situation. Right? Some people might have, boyfriend and girlfriend issues at the time. They might have marriage problems. They might have deaths in the family. They might have work issues. Could be so many things that can build up to a lot of trauma. We're trying to avoid all that stuff. Right now, it's all about finding that peace and enjoying that time to ourselves. As I said before, I'm starting to learn so much about myself now than I ever did. I've always been very conscious of who I am. And even when I was young, I was very conscious. I knew I was going to be a leader. I knew I was going to be a go-getter. I knew I had that charisma and charm because, my grandmother used to always tell me that. And my mom used to tell me that. And, people always gravitated to me. So I knew that was something special that I had. And it's not me bragging. It's just something that I had to know who I am to be able to become somebody, right? So I took that stuff, and I was always a good listener, so I always listened to what people used to tell me. And when they gave me those type of, when they gave me that type of feedback, I always took it serious. But I always knew that the Creator had something in store for me, right? So, but my best presence the Lord gave me was, my family, right? So it's been a beautiful road, but it's been a rocky road too. So nothing comes easy that lasts. Just remember that. It's just like peace. You got to work to find the peace. The peace is not going to just come to you. You got to work for it. And when you work for it, you got it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, keep a brother moving. So that's all I'm trying to do, spread the love, spread the knowledge, spread the game. That's all I'm doing. Giving you the recipe to peace, right? So anyway, like I said, I keep it authentic. I don't play around with this stuff. We don't do no editing or nothing like that around here. Press that button and that's it. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. Hope they had a great day. The time slots are all over the world, so I just want to say, peace to everybody. Nothing but love for everybody. Let's continue to send that peace. Right? Send the peace. And spread the peace. Right? Let's start educating everybody on how good it is to find that peace. Till next time, Dr. Peace is in the house.